Dogs have been by human sides for thousands of years now. Beginning as wolves and still sharing their DNA by over 99%, dogs have evolved into one of America's most profitable and consumer-obsessed products. So why are these creatures so important to us, and how do they capture our hearts, our minds, and in the interest of marketers, our wallets? Through our research in the field, a trend has been discovered about why dogs come into our lives for specific purposes. This presentation is Dogs, Filling a Void. We postulate that dogs fill voids in consumers' lives that cannot be filled with inanimate objects or products. Dogs are able to take the form of a number of different needs in our everyday human lives, including human relationships. This makes our relationships with them almost as valuable as human ones.
She'll bark at people that go by and think she's, some big lab, whatever, and
Try to pick fights with the big
yeah, I
dog.
think people are scared of her, which is kind of funny to see. But we definitely know when anybody's coming down the street. She doesn't take any opportunity, miss any opportunity to bark at anybody. We live at the end of the cul-de-sac, so she kind of watches over all the houses on the cul-de-sac, if you will. So if a car is ever coming down, we'll know about it.
And also people coming to the house, the UPS guy, anybody who gets out of their car there, she's barking ferociously. And you can't really calm her down. And even a dog that comes by, she will bark ferociously because she's doing that protection thing.
A dog can offer companionship in the absence of other humans. Belongingness is a basic human need, and dogs are often used as a therapy dog to keep their humans happy and healthy.
Yes, absolutely. As I said, dog can bring happiness, energy, and positive emotion to me. When I feel sad or depressed, I will talk to him. I know he doesn't understand what I said, but it will make me feel better. Also, when I feel happy, I will share with him. Sometimes he know I'm happy, then he would jump and run in my bedroom.
Dogs can take on the role of a best friend. People can adopt a dog to ease their loneliness, and the pet will become their closest companion.
I love Kai because he is a lover. He's a cuddler. He loves to just hang out. He loves being near everyone, and at the same time, he loves getting wild when the time is right.
What
Which
do you
is just like me,
What do you mean by that?
He's always outgoing. He's down to fetch whenever, down to play with other dogs, down to hike, down for whatever.
Okay, so you said you go to like the park and play fetch. Can you like specify where?
So we have about 3 different parks we go to. We'll go to Paiute Park in Scottsdale. Very empty, large grass field. Perfect for one-on-one training. Then when we're feeling a little bit more social, we'll go to the dog park at Chaparral, where he'll hang out with all his buddies. And we'll go.
Oh gosh. If she was a person, she would be my best friend in the whole world. I think many people have said that. Dogs forget. You can yell at them, you can kiss them, you can hug them, and at the end of the day, whether it's a good day or a bad day, this pup is right here always with love and kisses, and I wouldn't trade having this dog as a best friend for the world.
Often, owners treat their dogs as children. They may watch their nutrition carefully, take them for play dates, or even let them sleep in their same bed.
Yeah, so my relationship with him as far as like kind of how I treat him and view him is, it's going to sound dumb, but it's kind of like the closest thing I have in my life to like having a kid to look after, because that's kind of what it is. I mean, he's kind of like a toddler. I mean, he can't really take care of himself. He can't cook for himself and feed himself, or can't take himself to the doctor if he's sick. You know, like, so in that sense, I kind of think of him like a child. So
what do you do to keep her healthy then?
Well, we try not to spoil her. We do, of course, but other than that, we keep her on like a pretty good diet. We have a nice like whole grain food that we give her, and we don't really give her wet food too often.
Yeah.
But like to keep things exciting for her in her food life, we like to crack an egg or two on top of her food, just to kind of moisten the eggs are really good for the diet. It's full of protein, like good for her. We make sure that she gets around the yard and everything, and like walks and like exercises, I guess, because she is definitely the type of dog that could just lay around all day long. Like she could just like go under those covers and just be there all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
sleeping and eating is her thing.
A very high maintenance dog at that. So special needs, he needs at least an hour of exercise, hard, rigorous exercise. Other than that, he's also on a special diet. He's on a raw diet. He's on a raw food diet. Pretty much they call it a barf diet. It's the closest biological diet we can get to his ancestors, but he loves it. He pretty much eats chicken quarters. He'll eat ground turkey. He'll eat some eggs, a little bit of spinach.
And he'll just sit there like this, and he pets it. 1, 2, I'm only going to do 25, 4, 5. So we do that quite often.
So he gets like exactly 25.
Yeah, and then he stops, and that's it. No more.
It's like, all right, bed.
Time for bed.
Good night. More generally, dogs are often accepted as part of the family. These animals are integrated into the owner's lives. They eat, sleep, and play with us.
My mom had our dog Jake before I was born, and then when I was born, my dad actually lost Jake when I was like 1 out of a park by our house, and essentially, my mom was so in love with Jake, and it was her dog, that she said, Jeff, if you don't find him, don't bother coming home. Wow. So he called every one of his guy friends. He had like 10 of them come out to this park, and they searched for like 3 hours, and Jake finally like ran out of the woods in the middle of the night. And so luckily my dad got to go home.
Her birthday is January 20th. We got her in April when she was about 3-4 months old, though, just because we didn't get her exactly when, it was 12 weeks up. But, so her first birthday on January 20th, we made cupcakes for her and cupcakes for us to kind of celebrate, the first year having a dog. It's a significant thing having her turn 1, and wanted to celebrate that with her because she was a baby and she was just a puppy, and
yeah, like I'll leave my laptop with my homework or something at the table, and she'll jump up at that chair because I like left it out, and so it like looks like she's sitting at my laptop like doing my homework. But like sometimes like we'll be sitting at the table and there'll be a chair that's like pulled out, and she'll just like pop up there, and she'll just like sit, and her little head will just sit barely over the table, and it's like she's part of like the family, like she's like actually like
We choose dogs to be in our lives for a reason, whether we are lonely and are in need of a friend, are sad and need a shoulder to cry on, or just need a protector. Marketers should delve into the human-like roles we put our dogs into, and then they can understand more about the obsession that we all have with dogs.